What if I told you there's a technique so powerful that people who use it often call it magic, but it's not magic, it's a forgotten law, one that has been used for centuries to rewrite reality. Question for you: if you could change one event from your past to transform your present, what would it be? Comment below. Neville Goddard taught something that most people overlook, a way to change the past in your mind so that your present and future are automatically transformed. And the best part, you don't tell anyone. You just do it and watch what happens. Stay with me, because once you understand this, your life will never be the same. Most people think reality is fixed. They believe the past is unchangeable, that what's done is done. But Neville Goddard didn't see reality that way. He taught that the past only exists in your mind, and if you can change the past in your mind, your present and future must also shift. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a powerful mental law that most people never use. Instead of waiting for something to change, this technique assumes it already happened. And when you master it, things start changing so quickly that people around you will think it's magic. Let me take you through it, step by step. Step 1. Identify what needs to change. Let me ask you something. What if the past wasn't set in stone? What if right now you had the power to rewrite it, and in doing so change everything about your present and future? Because here's the truth, your memory isn't just a record of what happened, it's the blueprint your subconscious uses to create your future. Everything you experience today is the result of a past assumption that became a belief, and unless you change that belief, nothing in your reality will shift. But the moment you rewrite an event, even one from yesterday, your subconscious automatically updates your reality to match. This is the forgotten law. Neville Goddard taught the revision method. Think back to a recent moment that didn't go your way. Maybe you were expecting money to come in, but it never did. Maybe you had an argument or a difficult conversation that left you feeling drained. Maybe you applied for something, a job, an opportunity, a deal, and got rejected. Or maybe you simply woke up feeling stuck, frustrated, or blocked. Most people take these moments and accept them as facts. They replay them in their minds, repeating every detail. Without realizing it, they reinforce them as permanent reality. But what if you could go back and change the memory itself? What if your subconscious could accept a different past, one where things were exactly as you wanted? Because here's what Neville revealed: the past is not fixed. Your mind is always revising, reshaping, and reinterpreting memories, and if you can take control of that process, your reality must shift to match. Now let's apply the revision method. Right now, take that memory and rewrite it in your mind. If you expected money but it didn't come, imagine that you received the money last week. Feel the relief of having it. See yourself spending or saving it, knowing it has already arrived. If you had an argument that upset you, replay the conversation, but this time hear it going smoothly. See the other person smiling, nodding in agreement. Feel the harmony as if it was always this way. If you faced rejection or missed an opportunity, change it in your mind. See yourself receiving that call or email saying congratulations, you got it. Feel the excitement and certainty that it's already done. The key: don't just see it, feel it. You are not daydreaming, you are not hoping, you are rewriting reality at its source. Because the subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real event and a vivid imagined one. Once it accepts the new version of the past, your present and future must change to match it. So right now, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and pick one event to revise. Because once you do this, the old reality dissolves and the new one begins. Step 2. Lock it in. Now let's move to step 2, where we make it permanent. Replay the new version until it feels true. Here's where most people go wrong. They visualize once and expect everything to shift instantly. But Neville Goddard taught that persistence is the key. Your subconscious doesn't change with a single thought. It changes with repetition. You are not just imagining something different. You are rewriting history in your subconscious until it becomes the only version your mind accepts as real. How to do this properly? 1. Replay it before sleep. The best time to do this, right before sleep. Why? Because in that drowsy, relaxed state, your subconscious is most open. This is the moment when reality is most malleable. So instead of replaying what actually happened, play what should have happened. If you expected money but it didn't come, see yourself already having received it last week. Feel the satisfaction of spending it, using it, enjoying it. If you had an argument, see the conversation going smoothly. Hear them agreeing with you, supporting you. Feel the relief of harmony, not conflict. If an opportunity slipped away, imagine getting the call days ago confirming your success. Feel the excitement of already having it. You are not wishing things went differently. You are remembering them as if they already did. 2. Feel the emotions. This is where most people miss the mark. Your subconscious does not respond to empty thoughts, it responds to feeling. So when you revise the past, you must immerse yourself in the emotion of it being real. If you're revising financial abundance, feel the security of already having it. If you're revising a relationship, feel the joy of already being understood. If you're revising an opportunity, feel the confidence of already stepping into it, because once your nervous system feels it as real, your subconscious accepts it as fact, and your reality follows. 3. Repeat it until it feels natural. The goal is not to force belief. The goal is to repeat it until your mind accepts it as the only version of reality. Think about a memory from years ago, something you've told yourself over and over. It feels solid, right? Because repetition made it real. This is exactly how revision works. You don't just say it once and hope it sticks. You replay it again and again, night after night, until it feels so natural that you start to forget the original version. And once that happens, your subconscious has been reprogrammed. Your past, present and future must shift to match. Why this works? Most people go through life believing the past is set in stone, that once something happens, it can never be changed. They believe their experiences, mistakes and regrets are permanent, and that the past has an unshakable grip on their present and future. But what if that wasn't true? What if the past wasn't as fixed as you've been led to believe? The truth is, your past is not an unchangeable reality. It's nothing more than a memory stored in your subconscious mind. And since your subconscious controls your reality, if you can change the memory, then you change the reality. Think about that for a moment. Everything you remember about your past exists only in your mind. The emotions, the experiences, the failures, and even the victories. Each of these are mental records that your subconscious refers to when shaping your present and future. But here's the secret. Your mind doesn't know the difference between something you actually experienced and something you vividly imagine. It only knows what you repeatedly tell it is true. This is why people who dwell on negative experiences continue to attract more negativity into their lives. Their subconscious reinforces those old memories, replaying them over and over, causing their current reality to reflect the past like a mirror. But if you can rewrite those past experiences, if you can shift your perception of them, you can reprogram your subconscious to align with a completely different reality. Your mind is powerful beyond measure. When you feed it a new version of the past, one where things unfolded the way you wanted, your subconscious accepts it as truth. And once your subconscious believes it, your present and future must shift to match it. This is not wishful thinking. This is a proven mental law that has been used for centuries by those who understand the power of the subconscious mind. The problem is most people don't use it. They continue to repeat their old stories, reliving past disappointments, failures, and heartbreaks, reinforcing them as permanent facts. But what they don't realize is that the past is fluid, it is malleable, reshaped by the mind every single day. The moment you decide to revise a memory, to tell yourself a new version of what happened, your subconscious updates your reality to match it, and that is where the true transformation begins. Because once your subconscious accepts the new story, everything in your life begins to shift without resistance, without struggle, and without effort. So ask yourself this: what past event has been holding you back? What story have you been repeating that no longer serves you? What if right now, you had the power to rewrite it, and in doing so change everything about your present and future? Because the truth is, you do. It is already rewritten. Step 3. Move in silence. This is the step where most people fail, not because the technique doesn't work, but because they don't let it fully take root. They do the technique, they feel the shift, and then they start talking about it. They tell their friends, they explain it to family, they share it on social media, or even worse, they start looking for proof. They wake up and check, has the money arrived yet? They look in the mirror, do I look different? They watch people's reactions, are they treating me differently? And the moment they do this, they interrupt the process. Your subconscious is like wet cement. Think about it when you revise an event, when you impress a new reality into your mind, it's like pressing your hand into wet cement. But what happens if you touch it too soon? You smudge the imprint, you distort the shape. This is exactly what happens when you tell someone what you're manifesting, seek validation from others, or keep checking to see if reality has changed. Each time you do this, you're pulling your energy out instead of letting it settle within. It's like planting a seed in the ground and digging it up every day to check if it's growing. You kill the process before it has time to take root. The truth about reality, Neville Goddard taught that assumption is more powerful than observation. Most people live by observation, they look at their reality first, and then decide what to believe. But when you do this, when you constantly look for proof, when you doubt, when you seek validation, you are simply reacting to life, instead of creating it, and that's where most people go wrong. They try to manifest change, while still being attached to their old way of seeing the world. They keep checking, waiting, searching for evidence that their new reality is forming. But in doing so they delay the very transformation they seek. The truth is, reality doesn't shift while you're watching, it doesn't happen when you're constantly looking for signs or measuring progress, every step of the way. It doesn't unfold while you're questioning whether it's working or seeking reassurance from others. Nature doesn't work that way, and neither does manifestation. Think about it, a caterpillar doesn't transform into a butterfly while staring at itself in the mirror, wondering when the change will happen. It simply surrenders to the process, trusting that the transformation is already in motion. A seed doesn't grow while constantly being dug up to check if it's sprouting. It stays hidden beneath the soil, where no one can see, until one day it breaks through the surface, strong, fully formed and undeniable. The sun doesn't rise while you sit there watching the horizon, waiting impatiently. It simply appears, not because you stared at the sky, but because it was always destined to rise. This is exactly how manifestation works. You don't watch for it like an observer, constantly seeking proof. You don't wait for it with uncertainty, hoping that one day things will change. Instead, you assume it's already done. You plant the seed of your new reality in your mind, trust the process, and allow it to take root without interference. You let go of the need for immediate results, and move forward, as if the transformation is inevitable, because it is. And the moment you stop looking for proof, that's when it shows up effortlessly, just like the butterfly, just like the sprouting seed, just like the rising sun. And the moment you stop needing proof, that's when the proof shows up. Now take action. If you're ready to apply this, if you're ready to revise your past and shift your future, then type "it is already rewritten" in the comments. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because the moment you declare it, the moment you let go, reality will have no choice but to catch up. Now go test this for yourself, and when the results show up, let them speak for you.